Okay.
She needs a reminder.
Yeah.
So, that's my goal, is to see how it works out. I'll do everything I can.
Couple of dumbbells, Debbie,
Yep.
that you think you can floor press? Okay.
I'll take a water one. Don't run me over.
Squeeze in there. Alright, so, talk about the 5 reasons why, this is the whole idea today, 5 reasons why we don't get the results that we're looking for in the gym. So we obviously, we have the things outside the gym that don't get us the things that we want. So we don't drink enough water, we're not gonna get the results. If we're not watching our calories, if we're not paying attention to the amount of protein that we're taking in. We have all these things outside of the gym, if we're not doing them well, they're not gonna, it's not gonna help us. If we're doing them well, it's gonna give us the best opportunity we can. But how do we get the best results when we're inside the gym? That will then help us when we're outside the gym. That's what we're gonna talk about today. So, I wrote 80-20 on the board there. So 80-20 principle, there's 80-20 principles for all sorts of things. They could be, in this situation, people will say, well, 80% of your results come from your nutrition and recovery, 20% come from the gym. But in my opinion, and what I've seen and learned, and I think Nick would probably agree with me, that it's the 20% that drives the 80%. Does that make sense? So it's the 20% that you do inside the gym drives 80% of your results outside the gym, drives 80% of your nutrition. So the mindset that you have when you're in here, the attitude you have when you're in here, the intensity that you bring in here, the intention that you bring when you're in here, translates to what we do outside of here. And I think that's one of the things that people miss. They think, well, it's just I'll go and I'll go to the gym and I'll go through the motions, but that same mindset in here translates to what we do out there, and vice versa. What we do out there translates to what we do in here. So there's I think any of you guys that came to the nutrition seminar and have heard me speak previously, I take a cold shower every morning. Without fail, if I take a shower that morning, I'm taking a cold shower. People think, why? You're crazy. That might be true, but I also, it's not something that I necessarily want to do. Like I don't wake up and go, woohoo, cold shower today. Like it's not a fun thing to do, but it's a mindset thing. So if I can get into a cold shower first thing in the morning, I know that the rest of my day is something that I can conquer. No problem. This is the hardest thing that I'm gonna do all day is stand in 50-degree water for 3 to 5 minutes. So it sets my day up with a specific intention of there's nothing that's gonna beat me today, and that by taking a cold shower, it's actually priming my nervous system. So it puts me in a stress state intentionally. So then when actual stress comes along, my body is like, oh, we got this. We know how to handle this. So it's an intention, it's a mindset going into the day, and that kind of sets me up for the day. So it's the same when we come in here. What is your intention when you come in here? How is it you look at your session when you come in? Is it, all right, well, I get to tell people that I went to the gym, or I walk out of here sweating my ass off saying there's not one thing I could have done more. So that's the first thing. Like, would you guys be willing to share what do you think, what's the conversation in your head as you're walking in the door, or as you're driving to the gym, or during the warm-up? What is your mindset? How do you talk to yourself?
I just say it's only 30 minutes.
There you go.
Cause sometimes I just look at the clock and it's like, yeah, I don't think I'll make it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, well, and I try to find excuses.
Oh yeah.
But then once I get in the car, it's like, 30 minutes. And you don't have time to think about it while you're in here.
Yeah.
It just goes so fast.
Oh yeah. It does. It zips in. Yeah, so when we throw in that, like the one word in there that's really important is just. It's just 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it gives you that mindset of, you can do anything for 30 minutes,
Right.
it's gonna be easy.
Mhm.
Now that can hinder us on another way when we say, well, it's just, well, I just have to go, I just have to eat enough vegetables, that can help hinder us in other ways, but it can help us in this situation, when it's something that's difficult, but we're doing anyway.
Yeah.
What else, you guys got anything?
To me, it's like, I think, I subconsciously think about how I'm gonna feel better later, like,
Mhm.
gotten in the routine of doing it, when I get here and start warming up, I'm looking like, ooh, that's gonna be challenging. But then I realize, you know, once you get doing it, it's like, this is a good challenge and I'm gonna feel better.
There you go, nice. Anybody else wanna share?
I can honestly say there hasn't been one day that I haven't come in and left in a better mood.
Nice,
Seriously.
there's no such
I've
thing as
always
bad
felt
workout.
better, yeah.
No such thing as a bad workout, love that.
Mhm.
So, answer me this one, what was your mindset when you picked out each one of these weights?
I think I can do it, so I'm gonna try.
So did you think, okay, were you thinking, I'm gonna go as heavy as I possibly can, like to a point of, I cannot do 13, or this is safe for me?
I felt like that, I knew I could do 12 with that, but if I went heavier, I didn't think I'd make it to 12.
Okay. That's okay.
I
There's no wrong
know.
answer here. There's no wrong answer, but
I
I'm just
know.
trying to get into your head a little bit. What was your thought process, Ken?
I'm thinking, I think a little bit was what I knew I could do, cause if I went, I don't like not being able to do something, so
Yeah.
sometimes I played a little safe.
And that's honestly, that's what most of us do. We think, okay, I need to be able to hit 12. And you're going in with decent intention, right? It's like, I wanna go in, I wanna make sure that I'm able to do what I'm being asked to do. I'm gonna show you guys how you're gonna smash these weights here in a second. To where you're gonna start to realize, oh, I'm much stronger than I think I am. And these are the conversations that we have, and especially, and I don't want this to come off as sexist at all, but it's especially with women. Women want to hold back because of the things that are said on a consistent basis. And you guys are so much stronger than you think you are. So much stronger. And I'm gonna prove that to you here in a minute, and I can't wait, because you guys are gonna murder these weights. But would you mind sharing what you were thinking? Like,
Oh, when I picked,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that pretty much every time I come in here, I always kind of like gauge it and try to envision what my body has to do with that weight. And,
Yeah.
you know, it is definitely a mix of wanting to challenge myself. I always try to challenge myself, but at the
Yeah.
same time, wanting to be able to do like the full set of reps.
Yeah. Yep, I hear that, I like it. Anybody else wanna share what their mindset was, picking up the weight?
Well, I don't know what you're gonna make us do with them.
So I said 12 reps, that's it. Can you do 12 floor presses?
Are we laying down and
You'll
pushing
be
up?
laying down, yep.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. I actually, though, I don't need to call attention to myself, but I have a pain here,
Okay,
so I was a little cautious.
Yeah.
But I don't go for heavy weights, cause
Yeah.
I don't wanna hurt myself, it's not worth it to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not as young as they are probably,
yeah,
so I just try to be careful,
absolutely, and nothing wrong with cautious.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all. And that's, so with that mindset, if you're coming into it a little bit cautious, then there's some things that we can do, and I'll show you a little bit later. There's some things that we can do to still make it challenging, but not create or accentuate any current issues that you might have.
Yeah.
And that's the important part, is that, so it's not, I'm coming in just to take it easy on myself, I'm still looking to get the results that I want, but it doesn't mean that I have to hurt myself to do it. So it has to be, there has to be a gauge, as to what that looks like for each individual, and that's something that we'll talk about here in a little bit as well. So it's, so the intention behind every session,
Aren't you gonna ask how I heard it?
we'll find out, we're gonna go over it here in a minute.
I was holding up a fishing pole.
Oh, really?
It's about what does it weigh? Not a lot.
Yeah, maybe 3 pounds.
And I got back. What the heck? I know it's something I did here.
Yeah.
Not from that fishing pole.
Oh,
I mean, if that's the case, I am really screwed.
it could
If I
very well
can't
be.
go.
I completely jacked my back up just turning on the shower once.
Really?
Just turning on the shower. I went to turn on the shower, like, whoop! And I was stuck in this position for about 5 minutes.
In that cold shower?
No, I hadn't even got to turn it on. I just went to turn it on.
My husband had to go to the hospital for his back pulling up his pants.
So it can be the simplest thing. It could be
Wrong
picking up a piece of paper.
That was just crazy.
I jacked up my shoulder once, just reaching across onto the passenger seat to grab something. I completely jacked up my shoulder. So it's not about the weight, it's the functionality, it's the movement, and how do we stabilize when we're doing those things. Like you think of, if you were to hold a bottle of water, how heavy is a bottle of water? Maybe 3 pounds. You hold it there long enough, it's gonna feel much heavier than 3 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily about it's the movement that's been created with it. So that's one of the biggest things for people when they come into the gym is, what is my intention going into the gym? What is it that I wanna get out of it? Do I wanna walk out of here thinking that I could have done more? I could have worked a little bit harder. That one set was a little bit too easy and I didn't find a way or didn't ask for a way to make it more challenging. And for me, anytime this is also, it's a blessing and a curse, but it's anytime I do practically anything, I wanna leave it all on the table. I don't wanna walk away thinking, well, I could have done more. Like it's the same as taking that trip to Liverpool for 2 days. I was like, I don't wanna look back 15 years from now and go, wow, what if? Like it was, like, that's what credit cards are for. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, what is the energy? Obviously, like when I've walked through the gym door, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter what's going on, no matter how much sleep I've had, I know I have to, it's a flip of a switch. I have to have a different kind of energy when I come into the gym versus if I'm sitting at home on the couch. And somebody asked me once, what's the number one personality trait a trainer has to have walking into your job? And I said, you have to have multiple personalities. You have to be somewhat schizophrenic. Because if you're not able to flip a switch, if you're not able to do whatever it is that you need to do in that moment, then you're gonna do a disservice to somebody. And that's what I would encourage you guys to do when you walk in here, is flip the switch, change your energy to whatever it is that you need to have in order to get the most out of the situation. And that comes down to your attitude about what this is for you. So if this is, well, it's casual and I'm just working out to work out, or I'm working out for a specific goal. Like, do you have a specific goal that you're looking to achieve?
Yeah, weight loss and strength.
So there's a vision of yourself in the future as to, okay, this is the Rachel that I wanna be.
Mhm.
So, and I think you guys all have that, right? There's a certain vision of, like, I wanna be able to do, I wanna be able to, I wanna look. There's certain ways that we see ourselves. So it's when we take that attitude and that vision of who we're gonna be, and then we put energy behind it, that creates the intention walking in. And that's really important. So think about that 80-20. While the nutrition is super important, what you do in here drives the nutrition. Because if you bust your ass in here, how often do you think you're gonna go, yeah, I'll just grab some pizza on the way home? Now, I've had people do that. I've literally watched somebody walk when I used to train down at Club Fitness in Dogtown. I'd watch somebody walk out of the gym and into the Chinese restaurant next door. Like, what are you doing? Fried rice after a workout? Come on. So that's the number one thing, is gonna be how you treat the 30 minutes in here. Because this is your time, this is your 30 minutes, this is your moment to take care of you. And if you have that same mindset walking out of here, you'll recognize that I have to, not I want to, or I need, I have to fill up my cup if I'm gonna fill up anybody else's or pour into anybody else's. Cause we cannot, especially you guys are all mothers, right? We cannot, as parents, pour into our kids everything that we have if we're not pouring into ourselves first. If we're pouring from an empty cup, we get frustrated really quickly. At least I do. And that's not fun when you snap because something's not being done the way you want it to be done. And it's only because of the frustrations that we have with ourselves, because we didn't eat the way we needed to, we didn't get the right sleep, we didn't drink enough water. And that's having an impact on our hormones, which is now having an impact on how we treat those around us. So again, the energy, the attitude, the intention that we come in here with translates to what we do outside. So that's the first one. Second one, any questions on that one? Any thoughts? Does it make sense?
Yep.
Cool. All comes down to the mindset for me. Second one, stretching.